Okay, so I've repeatedly said those Limo Anywhere forms can end up costing a lot of money and not generating a lot. So this was one of my businesses I worked with, and this was, I believe, yeah, February 8th through, what is that there? February 8th through March 6th. He spent around, what is that, $5,100, and he got 10 bookings. And what you see there, the steps, if you're familiar with, which I'm sure many of you are, with Limo Anywhere, those are the different steps. So he got a total of about 1,680 clicks or visitors to the site. Out of those people, 270 went through and hit select vehicle. Then out of those, 63 went through once they saw the price and hit the book button. If you're familiar with Limo Anywhere, you know what I'm talking about. So 75% of the people left after they saw the price. All right, now out of those 63, only 28 went to the next step to check out as a guest. And then out of those people, only a third went through and booked with their credit card. So 10 bookings worth a total of $1,500 for $5,100 in spend. This is why you need to be tracking your Limo Anywhere. I don't see anyone in this industry tracking it, and and if they were, they wouldn't be using that form as a conversion tool. Now, I'm not saying get rid of Limo Anywhere, because it's great for dispatch. There's so many great things about it, and even current clients, it's fine to send your current clients to your Limo Anywhere form. But for new visitors, for cold traffic to your website or landing page, you do not want to ask for their credit card. It's just like asking someone to marry you on your first date. So here's how you structure pay-per-click campaigns for retail-focused limo companies. This is how I like to break up my campaigns and ad groups. So I like to have typically location-based campaigns, service-based campaigns, and vehicle-based campaigns. Now, I don't have this for every company. This is just how I've been building them lately. There's definitely been an evolution. 3 years ago, I built them completely differently, but over time, you start learning what works better, what's easier to manage. And so far, for the past several months, this has been my preferred method. So your location ad groups, they have your keyword plus the location. So for instance, if I was doing Orange County, I might have an Orange County ad group, but I'd also have like an Anaheim ad group, a Costa Mesa ad groups. I should say ad groups, because we might have Anaheim car service, Anaheim limo service, Anaheim limo rental. And then for each city in Orange County, they would have their own ad groups. And so oftentimes some of these campaigns will have several hundred ad groups. And if you do the work in the beginning to set that up, it is very much worth it in the long term, because your ads will be more relevant and you'll be targeting keywords that not as many limo companies are going to be targeting. And we have to remember, Google Ads works like an auction. So the more companies you have bidding on a keyword, that drives up the cost per click. So finding those keywords other companies aren't bidding on is a very good strategy. And service-based ad groups, these don't get anywhere near as many searches as just the generic location ad group. But they do get some, right? Especially I know in LA, the business I work with in LA, he gets a lot of people searching for quinceañera limo service. I know wedding limo service is a popular one. And then vehicle ad groups. Hummer limo service gets a lot of searches, and that's probably the most popular specialty vehicle search. And then limo bus, party bus, all those other ones. And so here's what it actually looks like inside of Google Ads. Those are my campaigns right there. And then those you can see there are the location-based ad groups, service-based ad groups, and vehicle-based ad groups. Cool. And so how you want to set it up for corporate-focused limo companies. And so I set it up the same way. I'm just using different keywords. As you'll notice here, I'm using things like airport limo, livery service, chauffeur service, airport car service, because you typically, for corporate focused limo companies, this is something I've learned over the past 3 years. You don't want to just use the keyword limo service, because many times those people are going to be searching for stretch limos. So you want to start out with keywords that have to do with, if you do use limo service, you can, but it has to be used in conjunction with an airport keyword. So for instance, JFK limo service would work, or JFK or airport limo service would work. Now, car service is a keyword that you can use on its own, but you also want to use things like chauffeur, livery service, livery hire. That's what they use in the UK. Those are words that aren't as common, but again, those ones that aren't as common aren't getting as many companies bidding on them, which means the cost per click will be lower. So this is the setup you really want with corporate focused limo companies. And here's a sample of a campaign I set up. And you'll notice, so in the location ad group, you'll notice each ad group has 2 locations in it with a service type. So this is a neat little trick. And so for those ad groups, you're gonna typically get a lower cost per click and a really high high click-through rate, which all that means is your ads are highly relevant. So for instance, someone searching limo SFO to Napa, you want your ad to say limo SFO to Napa or limo from SFO to Napa. And so that's what those ad groups do. So that's why you can create so many different ad groups, is because you want to find the most common runs that you as a business wants, okay? So for instance, I know I had a business I worked with, or a limo company I worked with a while ago, who wanted to do JFK, LaGuardia to Connecticut, to like Stamford, Greenwich, things like that. And so I built a bunch of ad groups around those particular runs. And so we're not just doing generalist airport car service stuff. We're doing things that are focusing on longer, higher dollar runs to more desirable places. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it and learned some takeaways that you can start applying to your business right away. If you're like most limo business owners, however, you like to be in the know about these things, but at the end of the day, you really want to find someone that can help you implement some of these strategies and plans. What I want you to do is go ahead and go to klicksprofit.com/schedule. And there you can sign up for a strategy session with myself where I can look over your current marketing efforts and see if we can start improving your online presence and getting you more leads and more bookings for your limo business. So go ahead and go to klicksprofit.com/schedule, and I look forward to speaking with you then.